90% of men ignore these signs, and that's why they lose the woman they love. Most men think a relationship ends the day a woman leaves, but according to Stoic wisdom, that's not when it ends. It ends much earlier. It ends the moment respect begins to disappear. Because attraction may bring two people together, but respect is what keeps them there. And the dangerous part? Respect rarely disappears all at once. It fades slowly, quietly, almost invisibly, until one day you realize the woman who once admired you now barely values you. The Stoic philosophers believed that a man must first master himself before he can expect respect from the world. So today, let's talk about 10 signs she may be losing respect for you and what Stoic wisdom teaches us about it. 1. She stops valuing your opinion. One of the clearest signs of lost respect is when your voice no longer matters. She makes major decisions without asking what you think. She interrupts you, or she dismisses your ideas as if they carry no weight. Respect means your thoughts are considered. When that disappears, your role in her mind begins to shrink. The Stoics taught that a man should speak with clarity and conviction, not desperation. A respected man does not beg to be heard. He becomes someone worth listening to. 2. She constantly tests your boundaries. When respect fades, boundaries begin to get tested. She may mock you, push your limits, or behave in ways she knows you dislike, just to see how you respond. This is not always intentional, but subconsciously, people test the strength of those they are with. A Stoic man understands something important. If you don't enforce your boundaries, people assume you don't have any. Respect grows where strength is quietly maintained. 3. She stops listening to you. Communication begins to feel one-sided. You speak, but she barely listens. Her attention drifts, her responses become short, and your words no longer influence her actions. Respect creates attention. When someone respects you, they care about what you have to say. A Stoic man doesn't chase attention. He focuses on becoming someone whose presence commands it naturally. 4. She starts comparing you to other men. Another painful sign is when she begins comparing you to other men. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe a friend, maybe even strangers on social media. These comparisons slowly undermine your value. But Stoic philosophy reminds us of something powerful. Comparison is the enemy of inner strength. The Stoic man doesn't compete for validation. He focuses on becoming a better version of himself every single day. 5. She shows less appreciation. When respect fades, appreciation often disappears with it. The things she once admired about you suddenly become invisible. Your efforts are ignored. Your kindness is taken for granted. But the Stoics warned us about something important. Never rely on external praise for your sense of worth. A strong man does what is right, whether he is praised or not. Ironically, that kind of self-assurance is exactly what rebuilds respect. 6. She disrespects you in public. One of the most serious signs is public disrespect. She jokes about you in ways that embarrass you, she criticizes you in front of others, or she openly undermines you. Respectful partners protect each other's dignity. When that protection disappears, the relationship begins to weaken. Stoicism teaches a man must guard his self-respect above all else, because if you allow the world to lower your value, it eventually will. 7. She no longer seeks your guidance. In the beginning, she may have asked for your advice. Your perspective mattered to her. But when respect fades, she stops seeking your guidance altogether. Not because she suddenly knows everything, but because she no longer sees you as someone who leads with wisdom. The Stoics believed that leadership begins with self-discipline and clarity of mind. When a man lives with purpose, people naturally look to him for direction. 8. She becomes easily irritated with you. When someone respects you, they tend to be patient with your flaws. But when respect fades, even small things begin to irritate them. Your jokes annoy her,
Your habits frustrate her, your presence starts to feel like a burden. This emotional shift often reveals something deeper. The Stoic response to irritation is not anger, but self-reflection, because sometimes respect fades when a man slowly abandons his standards. 9. She prioritizes everyone else over you. If she consistently places everyone else above you, friends, coworkers, even strangers, it may signal declining respect. Time is one of the clearest indicators of value. People invest time in what they respect. The Stoics believed that a man must also respect his own time. A man who values his time teaches others to value it too. 10. She no longer fears losing you. Perhaps the most revealing sign of all is when she no longer fears losing you, not out of anxiety, but out of certainty. She believes you will always stay, no matter how she treats you. And that certainty removes the natural balance of respect. The Stoic philosophers understood something powerful. A man who depends entirely on another person loses his power, but a man who stands firmly on his own values becomes someone others fear losing. Final Stoic lesson. The Stoics never taught men to control others. They taught men to control themselves. You cannot force someone to respect you, but you can become the kind of man whose presence naturally commands it. A man who is disciplined, a man who has boundaries, a man who walks away from disrespect rather than begging for approval. Because in Stoicism, respect does not come from demanding it. It comes from living a way that makes disrespect impossible. And when a man reaches that level, the right people don't just stay in his life, they value him. This is the eternal discipline. Subscribe to the eternal discipline to be unstoppable.